Welcome to NGS, where we dive into my hobbies, such as playing cards. And yesterday was Star Wars Day, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Today is the 5th, or also known as Revenge of the 5th, if you will. And yesterday I showed you the red and blue Star Wars decks by Theory11, and today I'm going to be showing you the black and white Star Wars decks by Theory11. These were produced a little bit after the red and blue ones, and you have the dark side and the light side, and I think it's kind of obvious which one corresponds to which. They're pretty much the exact same cards minus the color of the background, so I'm going to go ahead and just dive into this and be a little faster than I was with the other one because there's another deck I want to get to after these two in this same video. So let's start with the light side. We have here Star Wars in the middle with playing cards over this like cockpit of either the Death Star or the Millennium Falcon, and then we have little TIE fighters right here and up here. And then we have lightsabers on the side, and then we have like binary code written right here, which is pretty cool. I don't know what it says. If you know what that says, I would like to know. And then we have emblems on the, the left and right, and then they're swapped, which is the Rebel Alliance, and we have the Galactic Empire right there. And a Y-Wing, which I was correct, that is a Y-Wing. On the top, covered by the sticker, is an X-Wing. And then we get to the side here, it says, "Luminous beings are we." I'm pretty sure that's a Yoda saying, because no one talks like that but Yoda. And this emblem is the Rebel Alliance, same one that you see on the front, and this right here is the Jedi Order. On this side, we have pretty much the same thing, but instead of beings, luminous are we have May the Force be with you. On the top here, we have, I don't know what it says because it's covered by this beautiful seal. And on the bottom, we have the Theory11 tag with the Disney tag. On the back here, we have the cards, which are the same design as the blue version. We have R2-D2 being the poster child for this one, and we have the Millennium Falcon window with the hyperspace lights going into you, and then we have the Star Wars font language written all right here, X-Wing scattered along here, and then we have the Galactic Republic logo here, and the Rebel Alliance logo here and here, the Jedi Order emblems up here and down here, and then we have a lightsaber on both sides, and that's what the back of the cards are going to look like. The seal here is written in that Star Wars language with the Rebel Alliance logo, and on the top it says "Join the Rebellion," which is what I assume this says. So let's go ahead and crack into these good boys. Oh wait. On the tab we have "Stay on Target" with a Y-Wing and 2 X-Wings, and in the flaps we have your 2 X-Wings as well. The inside is just white. And this is a white deck foiled in silver, and where the foiling is, it is embossed, so it is raised. And you can see that on the inside with the imprints. But the inside is just white. And here is the deck. It is a Theory11 deck, so of course you are going to have the same quality as Monarchs or Artisan playing cards. This is a beautiful deck. I think it looks great in white because it's very subtle. Now, just like the back of the tuck case, it is the exact same with R2-D2, cockpit windows, the lightsabers, the Jedi Order, the Rebel Alliance, the Galactic Republic, and the X-Wing, so on and so forth. And they all look like this. Basically a repeat of the backs of the red and blue, but black and white, and more white than black, obviously. And the black's kind of more of a gray than it is a black. So let's get to the faces. We have here a Star Wars promo card, which has C-3PO, R2-D2, and Chewbacca as cameos, and it is the same on the other side. We have BB-8 as the Joker, and I don't remember what this Conehead droid is. I'm not a big fan of the sequels, but he is also on the Joker. Then we have here the X-Wing from Dagobah, whenever it gets lifted with the Force. And then here are the cards. It is a solid black on one side and striped on the other for all of the pips on all of these cards, and the font is a very thin and lanky font. I do think it would have been cool if they used the letters from the Star Wars font for all of the letters, because you can tell what the card is by looking at the pips, but that might have been a little more difficult for people who don't really know playing cards like that. The Jack of Spades is Boba Fett, the Queen of Spades is Queen Amidala, and the King of Spades is Darth Vader. The Ace of Diamonds is the Slave One ship. The red is a very deep, vibrant red. I like that. The Jack of Diamonds is Lando, the Queen of Diamonds is Rey, the King of Diamonds is Old Luke, The King of Clubs is Palpatine or Darth Sidious. Spoiler alert. Queen of Clubs is whoever that is, I don't care. Jack of Clubs is Kylo Ren. The Ace of Clubs is the TIE fighter that Darth Vader drives. Or actually, the one that Darth Vader drives has 2 center cockpits. So I don't know what this one's called, but I'm going with TIE fighter for now. We have Old Ben Kenobi. We have Princess Leia, and we have Han Solo. And that's pretty much it for the court cards. And then we have a Theory11 promo card right here. No double backers, so that's pretty lame. But this is a Star Wars deck. It's not meant to be for magicians. It's meant to be for collectors and card players and Star Wars fans all around. Alright, let's move on to the black deck. This is the black Star Wars playing cards deck. It is the exact same. Here, I will bring the white one out for reference. And when I say exact, that is a lie. The style is very similar, but replaced very, very tiny. The details are very tiny that are switched out. For example, the white wing here is now that TIE fighter down here. We have little TIE fighters here, here, and here. I know this isn't a TIE fighter. Please bully me in the comments and tell me what that is. Instead of it being the Millennium Falcon cockpit, it is the Death Star cockpit. The emblems have changed. Instead of the Rebel Alliance and the Galactic Republic, we now have the Galactic Empire and I think that's the New Order, if I remember correctly. No, my bad. The First Order, not the New Order. And these are swapped down here. The lightsaber is changed with Darth Vader's lightsaber. And it is a matte black background with silver foil just like this one, and everything is raised. Then on the side here we have the power of the dark side. On this side we have Now I Am the Master, which Darth Vader said. And the logos change. We have the First Order and this one right here, which I did not know in the last video, but I did some research. This right here is actually the Sith Legion logo. Yeah, fun fact if you didn't know that, because I sure as hell didn't. And then we get to the bottom, which is the Theory11 tag, and on the top, we have probably the Force is strong with this one, is what it looks like. And then we have the silver foiled seal that has the Star Wars language, the Galactic Empire logo, and on the top says Defend the Empire, which is probably what this translates to. So let's go ahead and crack into these dark boys. On the tab, we have I Have You Now, which is what Darth Vader says in the ship, I'm pretty sure, with TIE fighters on the left and right and stars. And on the flaps, we have TIE fighters, and the inside is black. Again, we have a Star Wars promo card with C-3PO, R2-D2, and Chewbacca making a cameo, and it is the same on the other side. And just like the white one, the black is more of a gray, so it is a gray scale of it. We have the First Order emblems here and the Galactic Empire emblem here. We have the Sith Legion emblems on the top left and right and bottom left and right corners. And instead of R2-D2, it is now the Death Star. And instead of X-Wings, we have TIE fighters running along the side. And here is that Star Wars language again. And the cockpit of the Death Star. With that being said, let's get to the faces. That was a terrible flip. Just like the white one and the red one and the blue one, they are going to be the exact same, so not really much to go over here. And I know you probably didn't believe me, but yes, they kept the faces the same through all the decks, which I'm not a fan of, but it is what it is. And I don't know if I said it, but the Millennium Falcon is right here, and it is in the other deck too on the Ace of Hearts. And a promo card. No double backer. The really main difference here is the card backs. So I'll go ahead and let you soak that in real quick for a little bit. My computer's loud. So let's go ahead and put this one away for now too. Now the part that I know you've been waiting for. We have the gold Star Wars deck. It's supposed to be a combination of them both, very subtly though. Like if I were to show you this deck, and you would probably assume it is a light side deck, and I'll explain why. Anyway, it is a matte black background. I love matte black, and it is, instead of being foiled silver, like the black version, it's foiled gold. We have the X-Wing up here, that TIE fighter, I don't know what it's called, down here. We have the lightsabers here, which are swapping from, I'm pretty sure that's Luke's lightsaber and Darth Vader's lightsaber. We have here the Galactic Empire, And we have here the Republic, or not Republic, I don't know why I keep saying that, the Rebel Alliance logo with that binary code again. It looks like they went with the Millennium Falcon cockpit window. And if we go to the side here, we have May the Force be with you. And on this side, we have the power of the dark side. And then we have the Sith Legion logo up here and the First Order logo right there. And on this side, we have the Jedi Order logo right here and the Rebel Alliance logo right here. Why are you not focusing? On the bottom, we have the Theory11 tag, and on the top, we have do or do not. There is no try. I'm pretty sure that's Yoda that said that. I'm pretty sure that's what that says. And then the seal is actually gold. It is not silver. And instead of having the Star Wars language, it's English on both sides. Defend the Empire and join the Rebellion, with both logos, the Rebel Alliance and the Galactic Empire, because it's both kind of squashed into one deck, which in my opinion, that's pretty much how it is with the face cards. So let's crack into these good/bad gray Jedi ways of the Force boys. On the flaps, we have the X-Wing and a TIE Fighter, and on the tab, we have Stay on Target with the Y-Wing and TIE Fighters presumably chasing it. On the inside, it is just matte black, and let's look at the cards, which is the best part. Look at that. It is actually foiled. It's not metallic ink. It is gold foil. And let me tell you, this looks amazing in person. It looks good. It looks really good on camera, but in person, this is just beautiful. Like holding a block of a gold Beskar. Is that a thing, gold Beskar? I'm not sure. But it's like holding a block of gold. So for the design, we have R2-D2 that they picked rather than the Death Star, and instead of it being all X-Wings or all TIE Fighters, they kind of went half and half. And then we have the First Order logo here, the Rebel Alliance logo here, the Jedi Order logo here, and the Sith Legion logo here. And then we have the cockpit of the Death Star this time, versus the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon on the front. And then we have Luke's lightsaber and Darth Vader's lightsaber, which, guess what? That makes this a one-way deck. If you look on this side and see all of Luke's lightsabers and you flip one card over, you can look for the Darth Vader lightsaber and know that this was the selected card. I'm sure a lot of magicians out there know how to use that to their advantage. B-Dawn. But, as I was saying, it is all foiled in gold. Look at that. Look at that! And of course, the quality is actually really good for it being gold. Foiled, I mean. Foiled cards don't really have good quality usually. They sacrifice a little bit of quality for, you know, cosmetics, but I think Theory11 has figured out how to master that. So let's get to the faces, which are going to be deja vu. We have the promo card with C-3PO, Chewbacca, and R2-D2 as the cameo, with the normal back, unlike the other ones that have it on both sides. So they gave us another one with the other version that's just the stars with the back as well. So you have two free ones here that you can do whatever you want with, have spectators sign them and do tricks, so you don't ruin this. If you want to perform with this deck, I personally wouldn't. I think this deck is more of a collector's item. Then we have whatever this droid's name is, MBB-8. There is the X-Wing, but this time it is foiled. Yes, look at that. You would think they'd foil the yellow on BB-8, but nope. But it is foiled, very shiny. Everything else, of course, is going to be the same. Unfortunately, the court cards are not foiled. But the aces of suits are, which is kind of an interesting take that they did. And there it is, the Millennium Falcon in foil. But if I had to recommend one of these decks, I would absolutely recommend the gold one, because all of them have the same faces. It's the backs that matter. And I think if we're talking about backs that matter, the backs that matter are the gold foiled backs. And that's just me. I mean, everybody can have their own opinion and everybody can be wrong. So the gold one is the correct one, and that is how I feel. So let's go ahead and see how they look in a black light. Starting with the white one. So it does have a slight glow, as you can tell. But, I mean, it's a slight glow. And looking at the other decks right now, you can't see them because they're off screen. You're going to be pleasantly surprised by one of these. But yeah, so it's a very, very subtle glow. And the tuck case for it actually glows a lot. Look at that, white tuck case. If only the cards glue like this. Is glue a word? Like glowing, glowed? I guess glowed. If only they glowed like that. Glued. Anyway, black deck. Here it comes. Boom. It has a, it glows less than the white ones, but it does also glow. And here are the faces. Again, a very subtle glow. They kind of look purplish in the blue light, which makes sense, or black light. Or let me show you the tuck case. Here's the tuck case. It's gonna not glow at all, as you'd expect with it being matte black. But the foiled cards, look at that. Oh man, it adjusted. These are glowing. Look, there you go. I'm having a hard time showing the glow, but it is glowing like no other. You see, there it is right there. It's hard on camera, but it is glowing. And here are the faces. Yeah, it's hard to see on camera, but these are glowing like no other, which is a shame because the tuck case is not. But yeah, seeing that the gold foiled cards are glowing is a very pleasant surprise because I have really yet to run across a foiled deck that glows. I mean, I'm sure they make them. Obviously, there's no way they don't, but this is the first on the channel. So these were the Star Wars playing cards by Theory11. These are available. They are on their website. I will put a link to them down below. Which one do you think looked better, the white or the black? I'm not going to even include the gold because I'm pretty sure everyone's going to go for the gold. But while we are ending off this Star Wars series that I'm doing, I would like to say that it is a disappointment that they did not include Darth Maul. Darth Maul being my favorite character. But it is what it is. I have a giveaway going on pretty much every month. If you're interested in that, the rules to enter are down below in the description, along with the link to these cards if you're wanting these, which I highly recommend the gold one if you're going to get at least one of these. But yeah, thank you for watching. May the Force be with you forever.
You're dealing with the ghost. We are spitting facts, so don't mistake it with the boast. Looking for a lethal injection, we got the dose. We are giving the chills from your head down to your toes. You're trying to touch us, but you're dealing with the ghost.